Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Arsenal versus Liverpool match preview. Big game. I think bigger than the other two we've played them this season. Like, it seems like we play Liverpool every single week these days. But this is even bigger. You win the game, you're 2 points behind Liverpool, you're still in the title race. You draw the game, you're still 5 points behind, and you might still be there, but basically you need to win a lot of your games and you'll need to hope that other teams beat Liverpool for you because we don't have any other game against Liverpool this season. So we'll have to depend on other teams to beat Liverpool or to take points away from them because we can't do it ourselves. And on top of that, Man City to also drop points as well. So remember, we're expecting Man City to win their game over the weekend. They're playing on Monday against Brentford. So if we give them the usual 3 points, they'll be above us. So if we drop points against Liverpool and you draw the game, yes, people will be like, yes, we didn't lose, but Man City would have caught up to you and or gone ahead of you by a couple of points, and Liverpool will still be 5 points ahead of you. You lose the game, it's pretty much done. Liverpool will be 8 points ahead of us, and that is an unassailable lead. I don't think you're able to get to that. Last season, I was very confident, even though you were up against Man City. I was confident up until May. But this time, if Liverpool go 8 points ahead of you, it becomes very, very difficult because now you're looking for, Liverpool to lose 3-4 games. You're looking for Man City to lose a couple of their games as well. Keep in mind, this is a Liverpool team that has only lost one game this season, and even that one loss shouldn't really have been a loss. If it wasn't for VAR, they could have been on 0 losses this season. So this is a big game, and it couldn't have been any better. It is at the Emirates. Nothing can... it doesn't get any better than that. Anfield is usually tough to go to. We went there and we got a point, but this time we're at home. We played them at home in the FA Cup a couple of weeks ago, and we missed a lot of chances. We could have been 3 or 4-0 ahead at the beginning of the game. This time around, you have to be perfect. Those chances that we got, you have to put them on target. You have to try and score them. Defensively, you can't have defensive lapses like the Kivio own goal or, stuff like that. You can't do any of that. You have to keep concentration. You have to take your chances. You have to defend well. I don't have a problem with that defending well. We usually defend well. The last couple of seasons, this season, we've only considered like 20-something, maybe 20 goals or something. We don't consider, we've considered the least in terms of XG and all that. We are very good in terms of defending and controlling the game. On top of that, Salah is missing, and the guy always gives Zinchenko a tough time, but there's still very, very good players like Jota and all that. We'll talk about Liverpool later, but it's tough. It's tough. That question for you guys before I talk about the rest of the game and the lineup at the end. I've put a poll on YouTube, and the question is, which midfield would you go for? So I've put like 4 different options there, but it's pretty much, would you start Jorginho in the number 6, or would you start Rice in the number 6 and go attacking with Odegaard and a Smith Rowe again? Would you go for a Trossard? Would you bring in Havertz? Havertz started the last Liverpool game. What would you do in that position? If Partey is 80%, would you bring him straight to the team and start Rice in the number 8 position? I've literally thought about that so hard because I feel like Smith Rowe, like the combination played Zinchenko on that left side against Nottingham the other day, felt like there's a glimpses where I was like, wow, okay, this is quick enough. Just the final pass. If you got the final pass, it would have been 2-3 goals up in the first half. But then I also felt like Havertz, the strength and all that, if Liverpool, like the aerial set pieces and all that, Van Dijk and those guys, do we need someone like a Havertz there? And also players like Gabriel and Rice all to be there to just, the power and to defend the headers and just strong in midfield. Do we need a Trossard, the flair, the trickery in midfield? He came on, he looked very, very good against Nottingham Forest. I've been thinking about all that, and you'll find out what decision I've made at the end. It's tough. It's very, very tough. But let's talk about Arsenal first before we talk about Liverpool. So obviously we played against Nottingham Forest. We got the win. Very, very crucial win, 2-1 win off the back of another win against Crystal Palace. We needed that. We needed those 2 wins before facing Liverpool. If we had drawn or lost a game there, it would have been over already, because now we still have to beat Liverpool right now. But if you had lost there, you basically have to beat Liverpool and hope that they lose another game some other day. The good thing is that we've seen we are going into this game high on confidence. I think the last time we played Liverpool at their place, even the last 2 games actually, when we played Liverpool in the FA Cup, we are coming off a back of losing to West Ham and losing to Fulham. We are going into that game low on confidence, and even the one that we played against Liverpool in the Premier League at their place, It was pretty much, we had, I think, lost to Aston Villa in that December. We had a close games against Wolves and Brighton. It wasn't like perfect. It wasn't free flowing, like going into that game expecting to beat Liverpool by many goals. It wasn't in that case. And obviously lost 2 games in December and then lost to Liverpool in the FA Cup game. It was terrible because we had performed very, very well in that game in terms of creating chances, but we just didn't take them. This time around, as I said, we need to take those chances. But we're going into this game high on confidence, I would say, because we've won those 2 games. Liverpool are coming into this game even high on confidence. This month, they beat Newcastle on New Year's Day. They scored 4 goals, I think, in that game. Recently, they've put 4 past Chelsea. They've put 5 past Norwich in the FA Cup. They beat Fulham in the Carabao Cup 2 legs as well. They came from behind in the home game. They think they drew in the away leg, but they booked their place at Wembley for the final. They scored 4 against Bournemouth the previous week in the Premier League. So in terms of confidence, they're coming into this game even higher on confidence than us. And on top of that, they have players like McAllister who are playing well. Nunes, I know he misses a lot of chances. He hits the post a lot of times, but he will give you a headache. There's players who, even if he doesn't score, he'll give you a headache throughout the game. And then on top of that, you have a player like Jota who somehow always scores against us, which is absolutely terrible. I don't know how he always scores against us. And then there's this guy Diaz who also scored against us that day. I think he also like put in the cross something, or Trey got fouled. I don't remember it for that game. But all of them are very, very tricky. All of them are very tricky. And then obviously we don't even need to talk about Van Dijk and Bradley, the guys who came on against us at the Emirates in that FA Cup game and they ended up beating us. Bradley has looked even better since then. It's tough. It's going to be tough. You have to take your chances. You have to defend well. I don't have a problem with defending well. I trust in Rice in the midfield to get the tackles, interceptions, even if Jorginho starts. I trust in Odegaard to create the chances. I trust in Saliba and Gabriel to defend well. Thank goodness Salah is not there. And Zinchenko recently defensively has been okay, apart from, not keeping the line against Nottingham Forest. It's not been a calamity, that's what I mean. And Ben White has improved recently. And on top of that as well, David Raya has been really good the last few games. Since saving the penalty against West Ham, he had that incredible game against Crystal Palace and all that. I think he's also looked decent recently. So I feel like both teams are going to get on the score sheet, despite them having the best 2 defenses in the league with Van Dijk and Saliba and Alisson and White and all those guys. I don't think it matters. I think both teams will get on the score sheet. Yes, there will be some times they will be like, wow, Gabriel made an incredible tackle on Jota. Van Dijk with an incredible header away from Jesus or something. We'll see a lot of that, but I'm sure we'll see goals in this game. Hopefully, we get more of the goals. Last season, we were able to beat Liverpool at the Emirates in the Premier League for the first time, like for a while. Before that, I think the last time we had beaten them was like 2020 after they had won the trophy. And then before that, you're talking years. Like they always thumped us by 4 goals, 5 goals, 3 goals at the Emirates. Like it was constant. But these days, we are competing against them and you have to put a message out there. If you win this game, if you go out there and you win 4-1, which is we're obviously thinking outside the box completely, is the chance of that happening as well. But if you go and you win that game comfortably, that is a statement to win. Teams will start saying, okay, listen, Arsenal are winning the title race. Right now, people are saying, no, it's Liverpool and Man City. Arsenal will drop off. Arsenal will lose to Liverpool and all that. We don't want that. You want to make a statement. And if you beat Liverpool, it's 3 wins in a row. I'm still waiting for us to win 5 games in a row this season. We were able to do that 3 times last season. We still haven't won 5 games in a row this season. If you win this game against Liverpool, that game, then you look at the fixtures that are coming up: West Ham, Burnley, FC Porto, Newcastle. You go into those games even more confident. But if you lose this game, then will it take a hit on your confidence heading into the other games? I mean, last season, the same thing happened. We played against Liverpool and then against West Ham back-to-back. Obviously, even in December, we played against Liverpool and West Ham back-to-back. We always play against these 2 teams back-to-back. We played against Liverpool. We dropped 2 points in the last minute. And then we went the next week against West Ham. We scored the 2 goals and did the same thing, 3 away, 2 points, and 3 away, a 2-goal lead. Now, if you do that against Liverpool in this game, then you're going into that game against West Ham fearing the worst, thinking about what happened last season and all that. But if you beat Liverpool, you're going into that game high on confidence. And we've actually had a period where a month, the last 1 month, and the next like 3-4 weeks, we've actually had a period where we don't have like a game today and then a game after 3 days. We've actually had the luxury of, play Liverpool, 2-week break, play against Crystal Palace, 10-day break, and then play against Nottingham Forest, and then now play against Liverpool. And then after Liverpool, we have another like 1 week break before we play against West Ham, and then another 1 week break before we play against Burnley. So we don't have any midweek games anytime soon. So we will be getting 1 week breaks and all that. More time to train, more time for Partey to be 100% fit, more time for Tomiyasu to come back to the team, more time for Timber to recover as well. So we're in a good situation in terms of that. And Martinelli started scoring goals. Trossard is scoring. Saka looked good the other day. Ben White looked good. Jesus is scoring. Things are looking good in terms of that. So let's play against Liverpool and show them the same atmosphere they usually show us at their place at Anfield. Let's do the same to them. Hopefully we can do that. But which kind of lineup will do that for us? Which lineup will do that for us? Now, as I said, I really thought about the midfield, but let's start with the defense first. As always, I don't think we really have any options. So it's David Raya, Zinchenko, Gabriel Saliba, and Ben White. Tomiyasu is still in the Asian Cup, and Timber is still injured, and Cedric is still in the team. I don't think he's going anywhere. So, and Kiwi is also in the team as well. But in terms of replacing Gabriel or Saliba or Zinchenko, we don't really have any players to do that on the bench unless it's the second half or someone gets injured or someone is not available. Midfield-wise, what have I decided? Now, Declan Rice and Odegaard are definitely starting for me. Now, it's all about whether we're going to start Havertz, Smith-Rowe, Jorginho, or Trossard. Which one of those four will start? If you start Jorginho, you push Rice forward, you let Jorginho control the midfield. And I think all four of those players would give us something. Havertz missed a lot of chances against Liverpool last time, but he got himself into really good positions. And the chances that Saka missed in that game, it was Havertz who was creating with some good crosses. So he did get in behind well. He showed some strength in midfield, created a couple of chances, but unfortunately he also missed the chances that fell to him, and some of them are really easy chances. So he can give you that, the energy and the aerial ability. He also got a couple of headers from corners, I think, in that game too, one that he should have scored really. So he can give you that. Jorginho will give you control in midfield and he'll allow Rice to push forward. Smith-Rowe, the combination play Zinchenko and the quick movement between him and Odegaard and getting into the box and quick passing and a shot maybe outside the box, he can give you that. And I was impressed with like 20, 30 minutes of his game in that Nottingham Forest game, considering he had just come back. And also Trossard, he looked good against Crystal Palace, and then these 20, 30 minutes against Nottingham Forest off the bench was really, really, really good. Really, really good. I was impressed with his cameo appearance. He was controlling the ball well. He was pushing us forward and, not just passing the ball or just shooting the ball or just dribbling. No, he was actually dribbling in direction, keeping possession, helping us handle the possession. And I think players like Trossard and Jorginho will help you do that. Havertz will probably give you more in going forward in the box, and also in terms of just energy in midfield, and Smith-Rowe give you the trickery and we can exchange it. Martinelli can go to the midfield. Smith-Rowe just to the left side, can give you that. So it was really hard. I had Smith-Rowe first. I was like, just give him another game. But then I thought, those Liverpool midfielders, man, those guys, if you saw the way they played against Liverpool, they just run and run and run and run. Is Smith-Rowe like 100% fit to that point of, just running with those guys and just this energy and battle and fouling and, all that. I think Havertz has more of that than Smith-Rowe and Trossard in terms of just fouling people in energy and, winning the headers and winning the duels in midfield. So I've gone with Havertz next to Rice and Odegaard. As I said, against Liverpool, I think he actually played well. He just missed the chances. But I actually did have Smith-Rowe a couple of hours ago, but then I changed it up. That's why I put a poll, because I was so confused. But to be honest, I wouldn't mind if Jorginho started and Rice and Odegaard. I definitely wouldn't mind if Partey's 100% fit and he starts with Rice and Odegaard. That would be my first option if Partey's 100% fit. But then just that aerial thing and just, battling with Konate and Van Dijk and all those guys, I'm going to put Havertz to go forward and help Jesus in terms of that. And then up front, I've gone with Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus. So the same Jesus, that second half against Nottingham was really good. This is the first time I've seen Saka in a while, going past players, going past the fullback and giving him a hard time. It's been maybe coming inside and passing the ball and shooting the ball. This is the first time I've seen him, having numerous shots and going past the defenders and, attacking the fullback. And he ended up scoring. And then Martinelli, some people said start Trossard, but Martinelli usually plays really well against Liverpool. He came off the bench in the FA Cup and he had a very good cameo against them, but usually he plays really well against Liverpool. And then on the bench, that leaves us with Ramsdale, Kiwior, Cedric, Partey, Jorginho, Trossard, Smith-Rowe, Nketiah, and Nelson. So if you start with that lineup, obviously there's you can bring on Partey or Jorginho or Trossard or Smith or any of them, depending on how the game goes. If Jesus cannot finish 90 minutes, in Ketia. But for me, if I was to choose which players would come on if the game is still tied on 1-1 and you need to make changes, I'd probably maybe bring on Smith Rowe for Havertz. And if I had to take off Jesus, it's either I'd play Trossard. I'd take Trossard to the Havertz position and take Havertz up front because he wants someone to give Van Dijk a hard time. And Van Dijk did say himself that Jesus is like one of the toughest strikers he's played against, like in the Premier League, just because, you know, Jesus is not going to stand in one position. He's going to give you a hard time. And someone like Havertz as well, just because of the energy and the bullying and all that. They can, if you put Nketiah there, I rather put Havertz there because I don't feel like Nketiah is going to handle that, you know, that strength from Van Dijk and from Konate. So if I was to bring in a sub, I'd probably bring in Trossard or Smith Rowe and then push Havertz up front. And then obviously Martinelli gets tired, you can bring in Trossard or Smith Rowe, whoever on that side. Jorginho for control. If you're leading the game and you just need control, obviously you can always bring on Jorginho for a Havertz or a Jesus or something like that. And then hopefully the rest of the players are able to finish because we need Ben White and Saliba and Rice and Gabriel, all those guys to finish the game. So that would be my lineup. Let me know your lineup for the game. Let me know that question that I've asked you about the midfield. That's the main thing. Prediction. I'm going to go for a high-scoring game. I'm going to go for Arsenal 3, Liverpool 2. That would be a statement win. I'm really, really hoping things go for us. I can see us scoring first, then Liverpool probably equalizing, and then us hopefully scoring 2 more. And then I can see it being like the Nottingham Forest game and the, you know, Wolves game where we have a 2-goal lead and then the 2-goal lead and then the team scores and then we have like a Navi last 10 minutes. Maybe that could happen. But 3-2 prediction, anything can happen. They can score fast. I doubt they'd score 2 goals and then we come from behind and score 3. I doubt that would happen. But I'm going for a 3-2. Realistically, maybe too many goals, considering both teams have good defenses. It could be like a 2-1 or a 1-1 or something. But obviously, they can also beat us. There's that as well. But I'm going to go for a 3-2 win. Let's hope it goes in our favor. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.